In this week's video, we're taking our kayaks out and we are floating a creek and exploring some backwaters in some public hunting land. So we're out here on a creek floating the backwaters, and this public hunting land, there's a couple thousand acres here, and then there's another one that attaches to this one, I don't know, and several thousand acres. How many acres do you know?
I don't know, I think this one's about 5,000, and so is the other one.
This one's 5,000 acres, the other one you think's 5,000 too?
Yeah.
Something like that. I like these places. They're free. You can go kayaking, you know, kayak some river with some kind of livery service or something like that, and those are fun too. But they're not as fun as this because you don't, if you have your own kayak or canoe and you go on something like this, you can explore and go wherever you want to. I think I'm about to back into a tree. So we put our kayaks in at the boat ramp, and there's like the start of a lake back there, and we started paddling for the creek, and we started going up the creek, and there's just a current. We're just kind of fighting the current the whole way. It's not a very strong current, but it's a current. You can feel it because, you know, when you're paddling, you just tell. And then all of a sudden we hit this like really slack water, and you couldn't even feel the current anymore. And like right now it's widened out pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna head upstream. Just kayaking along, and we're up the creek so far. There's nobody up here. I mean, it's just gorgeous back here in these kinds of places. You know, you get back in here, there's nobody else back here. It's just quiet, you fishing, doing your thing, whatever it is, and all of a sudden, you know, you see a deer coming down to the water side maybe, or see one back in the woods or whatever, or turkeys, or, you know, some other kind of wildlife. It's really nice. Well, my son's back behind me, and he's going up the creek there further. I guess I gotta catch up to him. I think that boy is napping over there. I think he's got his fishing pole in the water, and he's just kind of hanging out. There's always this adventurous spirit. You just want to see what's around the next bend. I have no idea how far we went. I don't know, it's about impossible to tell. But I look up in the distance, I see there's a bend this way, and then it curves and goes back the other way, and I'm like, what's up there? What's up there? More trees, more wildlife, more scenery. My cell phone is about half hanging out because this bag lets it slip and slide easier. The cell phone is a pain in a kayak. I just need to break down and buy some more kayaking accessories, like something to put the cell phone in. Well, why don't we set up and do some fishing?
You want white and green or green?
I don't care. That's not green, man. That is chartreuse. Don't you know that? That is chartreuse. That is not green.
It's a shade of green.
It looks kind of yellow-green. I mean, I don't know, but as dark as this water is, I want something like this, I think, because I just have a feeling that the fish is more likely to see it. I guess we'll find out, you know. We never fished here before, at least not back in as far as we are. We've been to this place, but down at the lake. I like these telescoping fishing rods. I know some people don't. I've heard people complain about them, that they are aluminum, and I've heard people complain that they bend them up when trying to put them in and out and stuff like that. I've never had a problem with it. I like them pretty good, because if I'm on a kayak or if I'm hiking back in someplace, I can fold these up and take them with me very easily. And so that's what I like. I like that. These telescoping rods and all these backwaters that we fish, things like that, there's only small things in there. Little stuff isn't going to bend up these poles. At least we've never experienced that. So, you know, it's not like we're going after giant fish. You know, if you get on a big catfish or something, or carp, you know, or muskie or something like that, I'm sure you're going to tear up your pole. You'll probably break the line first. I don't know. But in these backwaters like this, there's nothing that big back in here. I mean, there's bluegill, there's some crappie, there's some bass, and they're usually not that big. Yeah, we're kind of out here at the wrong time of day. It is, it's afternoon. It's definitely hot. You just cast over my head, didn't you?
I didn't cast over your head.
That was awful close.
It was not.
Okay, it wasn't over my head, but it was about 4 or 5 feet behind my head. Catching any? No, why don't we move on? You got 2 poles in the water?
Oh, one's in a tree right now.
You got one in a tree. There's no fish up there.
There's some birds I was trying to catch.
Hey, why don't we go up here around the next bend just to keep it interesting? I think I'll race you up to the next bend. How's that sound? Yeah. Well, I guess you better get your lines in. All right, floating up to this tree in the water. This will be our starting line. You coming? I'm already here. I'm at the starting line. I'm like ready to go. You got to come up here and stop. You can't just plow past me. All right. Let me see if I can turn this camera. Show here we're neck and neck or something. All right, you ready? Set, go. He's in the lead. How's it going? Getting tired? Not really. Alright, that bend's a lot further away than I thought it was. Let's just say you won. I should know better. So I figure he'll tire halfway there and then I'll pass him, which almost worked. We're not quite there and we're both tired out. How far do you think that is that we went? Huh? You think it's 200 yards? I'm gonna say, yeah, it's at least 200 yards. Time for a nap. Well, now that our rest time is over, he went up further. There's a fork in this thing. He went up one side of the fork. We're not sure if it's an island, a really long island, if there is, or an actual fork. I'm gonna head up that way myself. A lot of down trees back in here on the edges. There should be some fish, but I don't know, remains to be seen. I haven't caught anything yet, and like I say, it is the hottest time of the day. I mean, we got here after noon, and right now it's probably pushing 3 o'clock. In this video, we're here to tell you about the proper way to go kayaking. Step 1, you get yourself a kayak. Step 2, you get yourself a paddle. Step 3, you find a place with some water, hopefully enough to float your kayak with you in it.
Does bottled water work?
Step 4, you just have a good time. Step 5, if some guy runs into your boat, shove him off of it. Oh yeah, don't forget your life jacket. Life vest, life jacket. Is it life vest or life jacket? That's probably a matter of opinion.
Life jacket.
Jacket? Jackets have sleeves. I don't have sleeves on this. This is more of a vest. I have a vested interest in my life vest. Well, there's shade here. I'm liking this. Oh, I could stay here a while. The current won't let me. Currently, the current is taking me downstream. You're trolling one and fishing another, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm about to hit your boat. Here, you steer backward, I'll steer around you this way. Because I'll get in your line if you go in front of me.
Yeah.
That's good, you're fine. Just straighten out and we'll head back slowly. People who say that if you do what I just did, put, knock on the side of your boat with your paddle, all the fish hear that underwater. And I think it depends on the lake, actually, if that scares the fish or not. Seen it on YouTube, it's got to be true. Sometime I saw something, they had a boat in the water and they had a camera underwater, supposedly, and they had banged on the side of the boat and it didn't faze the fish at all. At least the fish that they had the camera on. So is it true that if you knock on your boat or bang the side of the boat that it scares the fish or whatever? I don't know. A body of water that has a lot of boats on it, maybe that wouldn't bother those fish at all. Maybe a body of water that hardly ever has boats on it, the fish hear a sound that's unusual, it might scare them. I'm not a fish scientist. What do you think? Do you think that bothers the fish if you bang on the side of the boat accidentally? Do you think it scares the fish? Do they hear that? What's your experience with that? Leave a comment in the comments below. Yeah, all that I know that's in here is little stuff. There's some carp in here. I know there's carp, and they're not so likely to come after the rig that we have. The carp are a little bit skittish. If they feel a hook, they'll let go. But if you get a carp on your hook, they fight a little bit. They're a good sport fish. I know in America they're not considered a sport fish. A lot of people don't like them, but you get a carp on the line, it'll fight you. You'll feel it. I mean, they're something to reel in. Yeah, some of our projects have gotten away from us this year. The dry stack wall, that thing is huge, and that's going to be a long project. We actually haven't done much with it in a while. So the one side is done, but the other side, there's half of that, half the height is built, and then there's a place in the middle. So that took a lot this year, and we just haven't been able to get out and do things like this. But here we are now, the end of the summer, and we're finally doing it. Got the kayaks out a couple times now. I'm gonna kayak until it snows now. Yeah, we're gonna head back. It is just roasting out here. Having his life vest on, oh my goodness. I am sweating underneath. So if you never checked out our website, I encourage you to do that, 9diamondranch.com. And we sell a lot of handmade stuff. A lot of it we make, and then there's stuff that other people make too. Fresh roasted coffee, roasted to order is on there. Handmade soap is on there. Handmade candles, handmade wax melts. There's some outdoor stuff, hiking sticks, handmade hiking sticks, knife pouches, knife sheaths. There's some art on there, wall art prints as well as original works. Handmade cowboy hats. We don't make them, but the people who do make them, they've been doing it for years. Excellent work, excellent. On that soap, there's a bug repellent soap on there. And this is natural stuff. This isn't stuff with chemicals in it. It's all natural stuff. And there's other outdoor equipment here and there. And some of that stuff will be on, and I'll make something. If it sells quickly, I'll make another one and put it on. If it doesn't sell quickly, I might not bring it back. I might not do another one. But we've had all kinds of stuff. Hiking sticks mostly. A lot of hiking sticks. Yeah, we've had hand-tied fishing jigs that we've done. Camp cutting boards. We've had cutting boards of different sizes. The camp cutting boards, just little, 3x5, I think they're usually. They're not that big, but people get them and they like them. It's a lot of fun. It's stuff we like to make, and so, yeah. As a person who likes to make things, that's what I do. We used to be on other platforms with that stuff. Having our own website does a whole lot better than what other platforms have ever done. So we've gotten a lot better results. You got a little butterfly. Oh well. Are you eating them things? Yeah. Getting a free lunch? Oh, I see. Oh, I see them. Yeah. Oh, there are quite a few up in there. It's pretty neat to find a wild grapevine, especially if you can get the grapes. They're good. There's a lot of seed in them though, big seed. But a wild grapevine will also kill a tree eventually. They have a tendency to wrap around a tree and strangle a tree in time. It takes a long time to do that. I have seen a lot of times where there is a dead tree with a pretty healthy grapevine growing in it. Then the grapevine, or the tree falls down, and the grapevine may or may not break, but then, you know, it's on the ground, has to climb up another tree. There's nobody else in the creek. And sometimes that's a sign of something. Like, because there's no fish in the creek. Because they're all in the lake. So we've been paddling back for about an hour. We went way up there. Did you see that? Right in front of me. blue heron. There's another one. Yeah, the public boat ramp at this place is very small and easy to pass by. Looks like he's going up one of these little tributaries to explore. Not sure how far that thing's gonna go. I think I see the boat ramp coming. Their dilapidated dock sticks out into the water and sinks down. There's the boat ramp. End of the line. Alright, well that does it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. I heard that fish jump. Well, I told you it wouldn't be a boring fishing video because it isn't really a fishing video. We didn't catch any fish. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We put out new videos every week, every Friday morning. And if you'd like to receive notifications when we do upload the next video, hit that notification bell. And check out our channel. We have several videos just like this one or very similar. We do various things including hiking, biking, boating, fishing, builds of various kinds. Mostly outdoor activities. Some homesteading is thrown in there as well. This channel is for the experience. We do these things for the experience of doing them and to show others how you can do it too. We try to be fun and entertaining while being educational all at the same time. Sometimes these experiences are done for the first time, and other times they're things that we do all the time. Sometimes we do things just for the fun of doing it. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.